Everywhere, signs of the flood's destruction laid bare. 2 days ago, all of this was underwater.
That's my sister's place. She's lost nearly everything.
I was about knee-deep to get into the house.
Receding rivers begin to reveal the true toll of this disaster. The height and power of the water evident. A large skip bin seen on the roof of an outdoor toilet, fish found in backyards.
I found 6 bass flapping around in the grass this morning.
The SES estimate 10,000 properties have been impacted and say they've performed nearly 800 rescues since the flood began. Of the 52 overnight, most were people driving into floodwaters.
I understand why people, now that the rain has stopped, will be up and about and moving around, but you cannot drive through floodwaters. It is also obviously a key life risk, and we've already seen the tragic deaths associated with people driving into floodwaters.
But many have been eager to start counting the cost. Premier Chris Minns in Taree this morning labelled residents resilient and tough.
We want to make sure that community can get back on its feet as soon as possible.
Federal disaster assistance has been made available for the LGAs of Kempsey, Port Macquarie, Hastings, Mid-Coast and Dungog. As for the state's hardship grants,
It won't be long, but it's not today.
the massive clean-up is underway in Taree CBD with an army of volunteers assisting businesses like this music shop where water rose to neck height, destroying hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of stock. Locals have been banding together to keep spirits up, but hearts are breaking for those who have lost so much more.
People have lost their houses, like everything they own, and they don't know where they're going to sleep. They don't know how they're going to get through the next 2 weeks. Yeah, they're the ones that breaks our heart.
Destroyed goods in hundreds of businesses, from instruments to barbershop equipment.
I saw some people here lost the house, some people lost the life. Doesn't matter. I lost the business. With my loss is nothing.
Work to restore the highway and local roads from the New South Wales North Coast to the Hunter Valley ongoing today.
The road network's taken a real bashing in this event and it will need significant assistance.
Floodwaters may be receding in some areas, but the emergency is far from over.
And Alexandra Jones is tonight in Glenthorne, just outside Taree on the mid-north coast. Alex, good evening to you. We've heard authorities time and again give strong warnings over safety. What dangers still remain?
Good evening, Anton. Well, yes, numerous hazards have made themselves known across the flood zone, including massive trees like the one behind me that have been completely uprooted and turned on their side as raging floodwaters, which would have been well above my head height, passed through here on the banks of the Manning River just this week. Now, other hazards include damaged roads, potholes, copious amounts of mud, and of course dead livestock that we've been seeing across this week, but efforts are being made to remove the bodies of those dead livestock, which are posing a health hazard. Now, this community is reeling again from the news last night that a 5th person has died in this flooding disaster, a man in his late 70s. In Harrington, not far from here, who was found in a burnt-out car in a shed. It's understood the police were unable to get to him due to the isolated nature of his property and being unable to get to him due to landslides and flooding over roads. So authorities are renewing those warnings to people not to rush into flooded areas. The water may have receded, but the hazards certainly remain, especially to do with those roads.
Alex, on a more positive note, what progress has been made in the recovery effort?
Well, it's been incredibly busy where we were today in Taree. There was actually quite a lot of traffic around as locals rushed in to assist local businesses, families and farmers try to get back on their feet as soon as possible. Now, we've also heard that emergency services have been delivering urgent medical supplies as well as food to those who need it. We heard in one case a drone was used to deliver life-saving treatment to a cancer patient, also not far from here. Now, we've heard that the Pacific Highway is due to reopen later this evening, and that is due to bring some normality, it's hoped, back to this region.
That is good news indeed. Alexandra Jones with that update from Glenthorne in New South Wales.